Dr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick question. It's very clear that Mr. Zuckerberg just wanted to favor one side over the other and using his money to do this. I just wondered, does our current law require any 501c3 organizations that provide funding state, local governments for election administration purposes to do this equally? Do it equally across the states, the counties, localities in different regions of the country? Or under current law, are they just able to target their donations and do it to areas where they would like to have political influence?
Sir, I'm not aware that there's any requirement that the contributions to state and local governments be made in a uniform manner.
Yeah, I would just say this, we don't want the money in politics on the billionaires on either side of this political scheme to have anything, and so, or to have such influence that they have just because they have money, and so thank you for the question. Yield back.
Ms. Sewell is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bartol, the Republican colleagues have made these absurd claims that Mark Zuckerberg and his wife rigged the 2020 elections by donating money to 501c3 organizations such as the Center for Tech and Civic Life and the Center for Election Innovation and Research. These claims are false. These organizations dispatch grants to local governments in both blue and red states to assist with election administration and provided grants to all who applied. However, numerous complaints were filed alleging that Zuckerberg and these organizations violated campaign finance law. This all comes after the Federal Election Committee, in a unanimous bipartisan 6-0 decision, found that the organizations and the Zuckerbergs did not violate campaign finance law. The FEC confirmed that the donations were apolitical, that grants were widely awarded across jurisdictions, and that the nexus between the donations and any purpose to influence the 2020 election was speculative at best. Mr. Bartol, under current law, can a 501c3 organization provide grants to a state or local government to help aid election administration for public office?
Yes, Ms. Sewell, there's no prohibition of that sort.
And in fact, you said that as long as it was done so in an apolitical way, that this was totally legal and compliant with the law.
Under present law, such things as get out the vote drives, for example, as long as administered in a nonpartisan fashion, are completely legitimate.
Yeah. In fact, I find it ironic that my colleagues think it's okay for churches to get involved in election administration, but somehow 501c3s that are doing it in totally apolitical ways are not. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit into the record a Washington Post dated article September 8th, 2022, entitled FEC Unanimously Rejects Complaints About Zuckerberg's 2020 Election Grants.
Without objection.
Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.